Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. Get up off of that thing when it's voting day. And vote in November.
Vote. Damn right.
Vote.
The only way out of this mess. Anyway. Oh,
Vote.
thing ain't working.
Don't hesitate. Vote.
How y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday. It is Sunday, and I'm glad y'all are here. Indeed, baby. Gonna start out another week. We have no idea what exciting stories are going to be waiting for us this week, because if any indication in the past has been prelude to future, whew, we ain't done yet. Anyway, indeed it is Sunday, and Nancy Halverson was the first one to jump in. Thank you very much. Followed by Bart Larson and Jeanette Miller. Randy Peterson. Whoo, buddy, I bet that pig is wet. We had some big weather move through this morning, and oh yeah, I forgot I was going to do that because I'm facing this way. Move the camera. Anyway, Debbie Maria's here. Jeff Curry, the remixtress, is with us, thank goodness. RVW King, thank you for being here. Jeanette Miller, Jeff Curry, Bruce Preston is here. Let me see, get on down here, because Mark Perkins is here, and Gene Prim. Another year older and deeper in debt, baby, I'm telling you. Anyway, let me see that smart ass squad. Martha's here, thank goodness. Dwayne Twizzle, Jeanette Miller, Ohio Dad 70. Hey Joe, how's it going, brother? I'm looking at the wrong camera. Anyway, I hope Steve and the rest of the family's all right. Take care of yourself up there. Let me see, Deborah Douglas is here. Mega Wet Willie, Carol Lowe is here. Adina Michael, Karen Van Wyck. I ain't getting good at that shit again. Don't pat yourself on the back. Anyway, you're welcome for that song, baby. It comes from the heart every time I sing it. We're all a little older. Dorothy Tyndall, thank you. BW. Chuckster 255 is here. I got to get on down here. Linda Gallup, Carolyn and John Majesco, thank you for being here. Time is coming up, baby. We're going to be meeting pretty soon. Keith Thompson's here. Find the end down here. We got a lot of messages already, baby. I got to find the end of it. Bernadette Pre, thank you for being here. There it is. There's the end. Michael Johnson's in the room. Appreciate every now I got to switch the camera. Anyway, we get to start off another week, baby. We don't know what's going to go on. I did start the day off though by having a great time on the Tim Cormall show with T Brown and Joe Santorsa. And Tim had a great time on there. Discussed a lot of stuff. Joe had a great clown car episode about a new theme slash prison they're building. Thinking about building down in Florida. You know, right next to Disney. It's a prison slash theme park. Yeah, a little bit of both. You know, increase the revenue. But it was a great time on Tim's show, as I always have on there. I have a great time anytime we get together and discuss issues, and that's what this show is all about. That's what it has been about, is that we get together, we discuss the things, the issues of the day, and work towards a brighter future, they say. And I'm not done yet, and neither are you. So let's get on with the business at hand. Where's my two favorite ladies here? Get up here to help me because it's Sunday, and it's been an exciting day, another exciting day. Anyway, Mr. Chick, how are you, darling? Uh-oh, you're muted, dear. Miss Chick,
I forgot.
you forgot to unmute.
When I shut it off, I left it on mute. So when I came in, it was on mute.
How was your Sunday?
It got chilly and tried to snow a little, but I went for a walk anyways.
Well, there you go. Get a little exercise.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, every time I turn around, John and Carolyn are out there bicycling 7, 8, 9, 10 miles a day. I think they're just zipping all over town. I wish I could get on a bike, ride that far. But anyway, I've been enjoying that. And Bernadette, how are you, darling?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, are you?
Oh,
You said
I've
that
been out
with
in
a
the garden.
certain. Oh, well, good. Sun shining today?
Yes, it's been shining for the last few days, which allowed me to get out in the garden. And right now, I'm feeling good about myself because I just started an air layer on one of my plum trees in hopes to propagate it sometime in the future.
Have some
So
plums.
I'm kind of excited about that.
Good.
Yes, they're really good plums too. So.
Mm-mm.
And I feel like if I don't do this, I'm going to lose the whole tree. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep
it alive.
Yes.
Well, good. Good. Plus, it just makes you feel good to work in the garden anyway.
Yeah, it's been nice being able to get outside.
Yeah.
So
we didn't do that today. I woke
I'm
up to lightning, thunder. About 10 o'clock in the morning, it was just as dark as midnight outside.
You keep that. You keep that wherever you are. Do not fuck with my sunshine.
It's gone. It's already moved offshore. We're back into what's supposed to be sunlight, but it's a little overcast. But the rain has moved
rainy
away.
days
I
and
know.
Sundays.
I was thinking about Randy though over there. We're in Rockport because they got hammered today. Yeah, I seen it on the radar. Oh, he's fine. I guess he's in the chat, so I imagine he's good. But
all right.
Yeah,
I
don't think he was doing any cooking outside today though. But it cooled the temperatures off. It dropped down to about 62 today. So.
That's doable.
It's doable, but still to me cold.
Down to 62.
Down to 60. Yes.
I'd like to go up to 62.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I think we were in the low 70s today, so it was a really nice spring day.
Yeah. No. Yesterday it was like 90 something, and I was on the front yard mowing the grass.
Well, you can't have it. You can't have it like that all the time, John.
I know it. We have to have a little rain must fall. So. Anyway.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah, I think I've heard it before. Anyway. So what are we looking forward to this week? What's going on?
Oh, the 25th. The jury selection starts in the E. Jean Carroll case. So,
Oh, right. New York.
Is he going to show up?
Is he going to show? Is he not going to show?
They said he didn't have to.
Coward ain't going there.
Yeah.
He ain't going there.
No.
Yeah.
He is.
And I hope the jury
he doesn't know her anyways, right?
What? No, they don't need him to go. They already got his deposition, so.
Indeed. He's already said, all he'd be doing is sitting there and looking stupid anyway.
Right.
I'm looking forward to see what happens, though. I'm more forward looking to May next month. I'm thinking next month we're going to see some move in Georgia. Hey!
Yes, but it might not be towards him. If she's going to prosecute, all the underlings first.
Oh, yeah. Let's work our way up the ladder.
Hey, yes, your dinger did work.
It did work. Our dinger did work. And it came in with Gene Prim came in with a $5 donation and said, "Hello, everyone. I've been laughing at Cucumber Lady for a couple of days. She is sick in the head." And I know that, my banger. Talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Did y'all see her get reprimanded in the House? She's doing her speech.
I saw her guy shut the shit down.
Yeah, yeah. And they struck her comments, and she wasn't allowed to speak anymore during that scene.
Did they have duct
What
tape?
is
Yeah.
that's a cool rule, and they should keep going her after her like that. And maybe if only we could do that in like real life.
Real life,
Just
yeah.
strike her
Yeah.
comments.
Well, I'm
and she
glad
ain't
to
able
see him
speak
stand. They
anymore.
called a point of order, and she called what's his name, a liar? Who was that? McCorris. What's his name?
No,
I don't remember which one she called a liar.
Let me see.
I have a hard time saying his name.
Mayorkas.
Mayorkas.
Yeah, I always have a hard time saying his name.
Alexander Mayorkas.
Yeah, called him a liar.
Straight up called him a liar to his face, and I'd be like, oh, "Wait, hold a minute."
Back up
just
the
walk
bus
up
here.
to her, smack the fuck out of her, and then go sit back down. Now, what were you saying?
Go sit. And while you're at it,
I just need you to shut the fuck up. Nobody asked you,
Apparently, that's what they
bitch.
told her.
and that should be her theme song. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Nobody asked you. Just go sit down. I was on
I
Tim's
think
show.
it is her thing song.
We were talking
She
about
just
it.
doesn't know it.
Yeah. Well, we go talking, and it is. It's embarrassing that they re-elected her. That Georgia's 14th district re-elected that lady.
Yes, they did.
Knowing who she was.
Yes, they did.
But all they want is a clown. They want somebody up there screaming and yelling, "Hey, my congressman's in the news."
Well, they got one.
They got one. Mine stays real quiet like a church mouse. You never hear anything out of my congressman. He sits in the background and he votes the way he's told to vote. Period.
So he's more like a mime.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just sits back there in the back, and the Republican Party, the leadership tells him which vote to vote on. And if he doesn't hear from him, he'll vote no. So, and I can look at his record, and I do. And he votes no on everything except bills that are promoted by certain Republicans. And that's it. Other than that, it's no on everything. And he's not discussing anything. He's not in the news ever. He's just riding the wave is what he's doing. He knows he's in a gerrymandered district.
Is that Clark?
That's shit, my own congressman now. Wait a minute. That's not fair. I'm just getting caught off guard.
Clay, Clark, something with the C? See, he's so quiet.
I know it. That's pitiful. My congressman, and I can't remember his name.
He's invisible.
He is. He is. Ask Google, who's my congressman? I can't remember. Shit. It'll come to me in a minute. I can see his picture right in front of my face now.
He's kind of nondescript, too.
Yes, that's how quiet he is. He's so quiet you forget his freaking name. Oh, shit. Now I got to Google it. Fuck. Looking like stupid.
Well, while we're talking about elections.
Yes.
There are a few primaries actually coming up. Some in-between stuff that are important, though. They're important. So, Kentucky and Pennsylvania are having some primaries on May 16th. And they are looking to elect in Kentucky governor, attorney general, secretary of state, treasurer, auditor of public accounts, commerce, or somebody of agriculture. I'm not really that. There's some of them I don't really know. But we have, for governor, we have the incumbent is a Democrat, Andy Beshear, and he has two other Democrats running in the primary against him. And then there are 12 Republicans running in the primary, which that's not unusual in primaries. They got to eliminate people.
Right.
I didn't bother to write down any of their names because I decided that if I say the names here, people might remember the wrong names. So we'll only mention the Democratic names, even though there are a lot of Republican names.
Let them narrow it down.
Yeah, and the other important things to remember is like what you need to vote. You need to be registered 28 days prior to any election, so it's already too late to register for the primary, but it's not too late to register for, I think the voting will be in November for, whoever wins
Right.
these primaries. So it's not too late to register for there and to double check because some districts might have changed and, things like that. So you might want to double check to make sure that your voting registration is up to date, that you indeed are registered. You can usually do that online. You can check anyways. And then there are places you can pick up forms to fill out to register and places to drop those off. Generally, it ends up being county clerk offices, license branches, social services agency, even a military recruiting office, and
Really?
high school staff and students can register at school.
By the way, to
And
clarify,
Although they are trying to change that in certain states, so do check.
yeah, and this is just Kentucky we're talking about. So
Okay.
yeah.
just for the record, I remembered my congressman's name,
Cloud.
Michael Cloud. Indeed.
Cloud.
Yeah.
I knew it started with a C.
Yeah.
I was going to remind you when she got finished.
Thank you. Yeah, it finally popped in my head. I didn't find it on Google. I can't read and think at the same time, so and then when I quit thinking, it just popped in my head. So, yeah, that's how quiet my congressman is. He sits in the background
Yeah.
and doesn't do
Yeah.
anything.
There's also a vacant District 28. I think that would be state then, Senate seat that needs to be filled because the man who was elected then took a position in another state. So whatever that's all about. So they need to replace him.
And y'all do check on the people that you're voting for and make sure that there's somebody that's competent and not somebody who's just out here blowing smoke up people's asses, and then when they get in office they switch parties and shit like that.
Yes.
Make sure that they're legit. Do some research on them. Find out what their history is as far as dealing with other people's monies, because it's your money that they're dealing with, and
Absolutely.
you pay for it. So let's be dutiful and do our research on these candidates that want our vote.
Yeah, it would be kind of important to figure out. Who it is you're
it's
voting
real
for.
important this time around. It's real important from this time on, because the Republicans have no good intentions for anybody who's a Democrat.
Mm-hmm. And the 24 is going to be real important, but because it's starting to mount up to be a repeat of 2020. It's going to be Biden against Trump again. DeSantis is the only challengeable candidate he's going against him right now, and he's still way below. But Ronnie
and he still hasn't even declared yet.
No, he hadn't. But DeSantis is shooting himself in the foot here lately. We had a big discussion today. Joe's clown car. As a matter of fact, the show image, the picture that he showed was Mickey Mouse walking away, and DeSantis at the bottom of his foot, stuck to the bottom of his foot. And he made the point that how long has Disney World been in Florida? They built
a long time.
Yeah, a long time. And they'll be there a long time after Ron DeSantis is long gone. Buried in the ground.
Yeah, he just don't know it yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know it yet, yeah. But his numbers are going down. His extreme reach, because this whole war on Disney thing, his war with Mickey Mouse, they call it. And, what kid in America doesn't want to go to Disney World? Republican,
one of the biggest employers in Florida.
It is the biggest employer.
Well, I was thinking that in NASA.
Yeah, NASA's big too.
Could be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as civilians, company, Disney's it. Why do you think everybody goes to Florida? And he's trying to pick a fight with him. Plus this, he's got a 6-week ban he just signed down there in Florida on abortion. He's got the Don't Say Gay thing that's blowing up in his face. And that's how this whole thing with Disney even started. So Ron, I think, is just shooting himself in the foot more and more every day. I'm enjoying it. He's not got near the support outside of Florida. And I think that his numbers in Florida are going to start dropping, because Floridians realize Disney's big business down there. It's a big, motivator of people to come to Florida. All right, BW, I see you in there saying gay.
even his own legislature don't want to vote for him. His own electoral people don't want to vote for him. They're all coming out of his book tour and running over to Trump because you got to kiss dear leader's
Kiss
ring.
the ring. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what the pundits now are talking about on TV and all that. It's going to be a showdown between Biden and Trump again. Well, good. I think the outcome will be the same. I just don't see him. Of course, that's with a grain of salt because I never thought he'd get elected in the first place. So that's the
Right.
part that
Well,
we have to be careful of because time
that
after time.
that's only because the guy who ran against him got in trouble.
Yeah.
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 Right, and did you see the TikTok, double TikTok that T Brown posted today?
No.
I didn't.
Oh wait. Well, maybe I
Well,
did.
it was about the Convention of States,
Yes.
which I think I've mentioned that before. And again, the clown show and the circus are going on, and nobody's paying attention to the big stuff that's really happening. And she put
Well,
those up
that's
there. They're
their
very
The
good.
Convention of States. You know why? So they can rewrite the Constitution.
Yep.
And what tells me they want to implement Christian Sharia law, or that's.
And I
That's
think
what
we have to
they're
be
going for.
careful. They only need, I think, the ones that are saying yes, they want to be a part of it.
Isn't it three quarters of the states?
I don't think they're going to get it.
Well, I think they only need 6 or 8 more. I thought
They've been trying to do that for a while.
Yeah.
A long time, and I don't think that they're going to get it.
No, because it's probably the block of blue states.
No, but if you watch that video, it brings it to mind where they could go with this shit.
Yep. And
well, yeah, and they've yet to rule on it at the Supreme Injustice Court, because they're just foul.
They're just
on
foul.
the state legislature theory, the state legislature theory, they've yet to rule on that. And all hopes is that they're not going to say that that's a legal process that can happen because it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Do you think that makes a difference to them?
I don't. And I
Right.
listening to Tom Hartman the other day, there was a guy called in. His name was John, by the way. John.
Was it?
His name was John. He had a great idea, and we had a postcard writing campaign to send Donald Trump "You're fired" postcards.
I did that.
I did too, and I
did
said a number of times I did it.
I did it like 40 times.
Enjoyed it. At least
I think
every
a few
card
of
I
mine might have had a few extra words in there.
Well, here's a great idea. We could do something similar to the Chief Justice John Roberts and just tell him your court is illegitimate.
You have made it that. You have allowed it to become
because it is.
It is.
Clarence Thomas being on there and not resigning at this point for he should not be able to correct a goddamn thing and just get away with this shit.
The one little thing that might get his ass? His mother's house.
Them selling of them houses.
And the selling of the house, but she still lives in it.
But it wasn't just one house, John.
No, it was 3
houses from one on a house.
But she's still living in one of them.
Yes.
And she doesn't have to pay.
No.
And he did not claim that. And it's an obvious. It's in there. I can't quote the law.
One would have to say who's paying.
But, he shouldn't be able to sell his houses. He shouldn't be able to accept expensive gifts over a certain amount.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be able to do any of that shit.
He shouldn't be able to accept a drink sitting at a table.
His tax records and be able to walk away from it. No, he fucking broke the law. He fucking broke the law.
They've created a situation to where now the whole country is looking at the Supreme Court as questionable. can we
and
get a
so
fair judgment out of the Supreme Court? I don't think so.
this guy came up and said that we should start a postcard campaign
Maybe we ought
to
to do
Chief
that.
Justice Roberts and tell him his court is illegitimate because it is.
Maybe we need to get a graphic going with the address so we can put it up on the next show.
Done.
That's what
That's
I'll
a
do.
good idea.
It is a good idea. Johnny Fly, how are you?
Oh, right now I'm freezing a little bit.
Ah,
It
me too,
was
buddy.
warm, and then we had a cold front come through yesterday. I think it's part of this.
Same
one I
thing.
went
Same
through
thing happened down
yesterday.
here. I'm freezing.
And we're only supposed to be like for 2 days in the 50s, and at night hit 60, below average. What can I say?
Yes, Kelly K. Duncan came in also and said he also claimed that Jenny, his wife, earned $0 when actually she had earned over $600,000. There are going to be a lot of things that Clarence Thomas is going to have to answer for. We assume,
I'd like to see him.
but the only
Well,
way
I'd
to
like-
remove a Supreme Court justice is to impeach his ass in the Senate. That's
I
it.
hope they do, but yeah.
Well, we might be able to do it in the Senate, but do you think the Republicans in the House are going to pass anything?
No.
Of course
No.
not, unless it's going to help them out.
No,
That's
they're
the
not
only
gonna do
time they
anything.
pass things.
It's just
Yeah.
becoming more and more obvious every day.
But there's some things he should recuse himself from.
And you think he will?
I think
No.
Not without being told
No.
to.
We see the handwriting on the wall where he's going with this the abortion issue. Him and Alito were the only ones to
Dissent.
dissent on this decision. They would have let this judge in Texas ruling stand. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Well, yeah, they have a why. They're temporarily again. They're allowing it to go forward, but you watch.
It's going to come back to the court. That's what they're setting it up for. It's going to come back to the court. But I'm thinking the court, even the court is starting to recognize the thin line that the Republican Party is walking on here. They overturned Roe with the Dobbs decision. They've tried to attack voting rights across this country. They have attacked, with the shootings around the country. They're still, slow walking anything to do with gun legislation. With so much going on in the news, I just think that they're just slowing down. There's more and more people, and we were talking about it today. And thank goodness for the younger generation that's coming up now. I think they are going to be the salvation of this country. I really do.
I do too.
I think they're motivated to vote. I think they're seeing how this world works, and with so many mass shootings across the country and other programs that aren't getting funded. And it's so hard. Even a college degree nowadays doesn't guarantee you a job. Shit, you might be flipping burgers. Who knows?
But you know
Well,
what?
John,
They're also
John?
clever as fuck.
Yes, they are. Yes, they
And
are.
they're using every inch of that.
Well,
they'll probably with all these shootings going on, the Republicans will turn around and say, "Well, see what happened under Biden's watch? It's his fault. It's time to vote Republicans." And that's what they'll say. They'll twist it.
they'll try to
around like
twist
they
it, but
usually
look
do.
what's happened under Biden's watch. Biden's got a damn good record going on right now.
Yes, he does.
He's gotten a lot done in this time. The job growth is up. The economy is stabilizing out somewhat. There's a lot of programs have been passed under him, and so he's got a good record to run on. He's made great progress.
Yes, he does.
So, and I don't see anybody yet in the Democratic Party that is going to step up and try to challenge him, except for
What's that one?
Yeah.
Kennedy, Robert Kennedy Jr.
Robert
I
Kennedy.
think
He's
a joke. I don't think
he's
so
under
either.
he's under another. What is it? The No Labels Party or something like that? Isn't that what he's
No,
under?
I don't think so.
Oh, is he running as a Democrat?
I think
thought
he's
so.
running
Oh,
as a
okay.
Democrat.
Okay. I've been thinking I must be confusing with something else. Well,
Well,
Letty,
he's
do you
he's
think
backed
he's
by
going to get much
Steve
support?
Bannon, who's under the No Labels Party.
Who is?
Right.
Kennedy Jr. He's backed by
We're not
Steve Bannon.
falling
He's the
for
one who talked him
Kennedy.
in. No, we're
Yeah,
not.
And didn't he have conspiracy theories that he threw around too?
The man
Vaccines,
is
yeah.
a walking conspiracy theory. I don't know how his last name is Kennedy. Okay,
Right?
Yeah,
It's just in the DNA. He can't help it.
he's a bona fide anti-vaxxer. So there you have it.
that's
Okay.
it. Yeah,
I see
maybe
Farrell.
it must be in the genetics. You know.
They don't believe it. They don't believe
You
it.
know, it's every family has one. Okay, or two.
Yeah.
Or two.
My when my mom
Yeah.
was growing up, they called her the black sheep of the family. So yeah, you always have one.
Was that you,
Yeah.
Johnny?
What's that?
Was that you?
I said about the black sheep of the family. No, it wasn't
Oh,
me.
okay. I just went.
I was the darling
I didn't
angel.
call
What are
him a
you
black
talking
sheep. I
about?
just said every family has one.
Everybody's got one. I
Hey,
guess
it could
I
be
am the
a
one in my family.
loon. Okay.
I'm the one in my family. They don't want nothing to do with my ass. Anyway,
Hey,
Farrell,
actually, when
how
I
are
was
you?
growing up, John,
Hey, John.
How are you doing, dear?
Well, I'm sitting
I
here
feel
19.
I'm sorry. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we can't hear you very well.
No, I'm not hearing you at all, Farrell.
You're muffled.
it's like muffled. Yeah,
Is that any better?
A little
now
bit.
we
A
can
little
hear
bit better.
a little bit.
Try whatever you did a little bit more.
Is that any better?
That is better. So how are you doing?
Okay, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I'm hearing a lot of bleed, a lot of bleed through for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what's
yeah,
going
you're
on.
still coming in a little rough.
I think that's on your side.
Oh. Well, I mean, I can hear Bernadette and a bunch of different people.
There you went again. You kind of fade out.
Well, there seems to be a delay or something going on. Let me go out and come back in.
All righty, we'll try that.
Well, anyway, John,
Yes, sir.
I think I was the black sheep of the family. But my mom used to say when she was growing up, she was the black sheep in her family.
Well, there's one in every family, so there's a lineage. You can track it.
And there's a darling angel
And thank
in every
goodness
family
for it.
too.
Thank-
So I think maybe I'm the darling angel, John. What do you
Oh,
think?
is that what it is?
Everybody always points their finger at someone else in the family, so
Yeah, it's not you. It's never you. It's that
No.
other guy. It's your brother, your sister, whatever. That's the one.
Yeah, I'm the caboose. I have one. My sister's the oldest. My brother's the middle, and I'm the baby.
You're the
caboose.
baby of the family?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
so
This
Johnny
baby's
Fly,
getting older.
have
Yeah.
you done your homework for your primary in May?
Not yet. I'm starting to look at them and see who's the best.
Because you've got
I'm
some,
glad you reminded me.
yeah, you've got some Supreme Court, Commonwealth Court, Superior Court, a couple of retention seats, and then you'll have a bunch
I
of
need-
little local stuff too.
That's why you
I
always
need
have
to
to pay.
start
I got
tomorrow.
caught.
Just thinking of that.
I did not know about the convention of states thing going on until T. Brown brought it up today.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Yeah.
either. I didn't get to hear it yet, John.
Yeah, look that up when you get a chance.
Yeah, that's an interesting
I
story
will.
Mhm.
on how they want to play that game.
But what was this? Didn't the conservatives have a what was that faith and something conference or something they had this past weekend? And I know Mike Pence was there. And
Oh,
faith and freedom.
was that CPAC?
Was it faith?
Freedom Caucus
Oh.
or something.
No,
caucus.
it was some caucus. I don't know if it was CPAC. It was
Oh,
Faith
oh wait,
and
no,
freedom.
CPAC's already over. I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
faith and freedom. I think it was called or something like that.
They've always got something going on, so they can get together because nobody else wants to talk to them
Yeah,
And
okay.
and
They gotta
and Pence
themselves.
well, Pence called them those radical left. Well, I would like to see them talk about the radical right. Why is it always Joe Biden's the radical left? Excuse me?
Well, it's just words they like to use. Because if you do
Exactly.
look, it's not the radical left that's trying to do shit. It's the radical right.
Because
Exactly.
radical sets it perks the ears up of the
Yeah.
30% that's following these people,
Yep.
because they've been sort of brainwashed, and radical is one of those buzzwords, and that's why they use it.
Sort of brainwashed. They've been totally brainwashed for how
Well,
long?
I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not.
let's just skip past the word radical and just call them fascists.
That's where they
That's
are.
to the point.
Let's have no
That
mistake.
That
That's
is
where
who
they
they
are.
are.
And what was it? Even what was her name? Mary Trump was called out the Supreme Court for being a group of white fascists. We have a white fascist Supreme Court. Is what
That's
she
it.
called it.
Hmm.
I'm not too sure she's wrong.
No.
I'm ready to go to 11 on the court. Let's go. Let's move it.
So am
I
I.
don't
What?
know if more
How
is
come they're
better,
not
though.
trying?
What's that?
I don't know that
I
more
know
is
that.
better. There's some arguments about that, too.
Well, it depends on who puts them in there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get them in while like
I
Joe
just,
Biden's in there.
I think everybody has got a bad taste in their mouth for two of those judges. The one at the beginning and the one at the end. They withheld Merrick Garland on the Supreme Court for over a year. Over a year.
There's 4 of them I don't like, so I don't.
Yeah, well, there's a list I don't like, but those two, and the last one, the lady, the God lady, what's her name?
Barrett,
Amy Coney Barrett.
Amy Coney
Barrett,
Barrett.
yeah.
Barrett. Yeah, I worry about that.
But you know what? Clarence Thomas is the one we should worry about.
Right now,
Easy.
yeah, he's the one we
Yeah,
should.
him and his
He's
wife.
the one that's
And
got
if
the
he's-
price tag on his ass.
He's the one the finger's pointing to, and I say, hey, were they friends before he was judge? No,
No,
because before he was judge, homeboy wouldn't have talked to his.
no. Mr. Hitler admired.
ass,
No, he wouldn't have
okay?
any use for it.
None whatsoever. But he's useful now. Apparently,
Well, as long as he gets the vacation.
must be nice to be able to buy a judge, a Supreme Court justice at that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The postcard
Hey, John.
campaign to Chief Justice Roberts, just to tell him your court is illegitimate, would be a good idea. And by the way, I do have that address.
Do you? I was just fixing to ask you. I'm looking around for my pen. Now paper. Paper's always.
The
Hello,
address
Joe.
is
How you doing? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Great.
I'm surviving.
That's
I
all we
got
can
till
do,
Tuesday.
Joe. Every day, buddy.
Did you get that
That's what the
tooth
game
taken
is.
care of?
I get to go see the dentist on Tuesday, and right now I'm having a good day, so that's not eat no candy.
No candies.
What? No candy.
ugh,
No,
No
cookies
candy.
for you.
Shit.
Oh no!
that's too bad, because I got a bag of Starburst jelly beans sitting right here.
Oh Lord!
Hey, look here. Bob K came in and donated $10. Bob, thank you very much. And said, made my quarterly 30-minute round trip to the pot. Really? Just going to call in here and donate just so you can brag your shit right off. Look at this. Throwing it right in my face. Made my quarterly 30-mile round trip to the pot store and got 2 ounces of flour, 4 grams of concentrate, and 2 months worth of bedtime gummies, 10% discount. Fucking vote, please. God knows, man. Y'all just like to rub this shit in.
Rub
I'm
it
telling
in.
you. I went to the pot
Rub
store.
it
I
in.
got flour. I got concentrate gummies out the wazoo. Shit.
Go, Bob. Go,
Hey,
Bob.
This
John.
is not fair.
John,
Go, Bob.
just to
Go.
remind you,
Yeah.
John,
Yes.
just to remind you, John, we have a marijuana.
You just wanted me to tell you
up
to
the road
kiss my ass, didn't you?
also.
You just wanted me to tell you. Kiss my ass.
I
Yes,
just like to rub it in. that's
Bob,
all.
thank you very much
That's-
for the donation and the reminder that there are places in this country that aren't stupid.
I'm telling you.
They need
You
to
know
do
what?
something
My
about it.
Jeep got stoned yesterday.
Your Jeep
Oh,
got
no,
stoned,
No.
I was
and
cutting-
you were
I was-
riding in it, weren't you?
I was riding on
Driving
my lawnmower
stoned.
when I was riding on my lawnmower, made a turn, and
Oh
the
no.
Jeep got in the way, and it got stoned.
The Jeep
I-
should have ducked.
You gotta
I-
pay attention to that shoot, you know?
I tell you what, and it hit Mama's side, the side window, and I gotta replace it. I don't know.
Oh shit,
I'm
that broke.
thinking about $200. I'm thinking,
Yep.
Shoot.
Boy, howdy shit, Joe.
and I tell
I'm
you what,
sorry.
I'm gonna start.
I
I'm
was
gonna
mowing
get me a
yesterday too. Push
yeah.
mower, buddy.
I'm gonna get
I
me
ain't
a
got
goat.
neither one of them damn things fixed yet. I'm out there pushing that thing back over an acre out there, back and forth, back and forth.
Well,
Hey,
I had
John.
to.
Did you, oh, John, did you get any hail down your way, like golf ball size or anything?
No, just
There,
rain.
there was some.
Well, we
There,
had hail, but it was in
okay.
liquid form. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
hadn't quite formed into nothing but
Uh,
rain.
a little bit north of us, there was some hail. North of Kennedy Corn City.
Oh, really? Well, that's not
Oh
too
yeah,
far from here.
yeah. It killed a few chickens. They looked up when they shouldn't have.
Yeah, don't look up.
Don't look up.
Farrell, did you make it back in here? Uh-oh, Farrell. I'm not hearing you at all, darling. Nothing at all.
You're not even lighting up.
Nope. Nope. We'll wait and see if you pop in. Bernadette, you said you might have an address?
I do have an address.
Well, why don't we just
It
go ahead?
is.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me bring it up.
All right.
It is SCOTUS at 1 First Street, Northeast Washington, D.C. 20543. That's 20543.
Okay, repeat the whole thing. That's 1 First Street,
1
number 1,
First Street, Northeast,
Northeast.
Washington, D.C. 20543.
All right. I'm going to have
Go Tuss.
Travis do as a graphic so we can put that. We're going to push it right to John Roberts.
Yeah.
Chief
Yeah.
Justice John Roberts,
Good.
SCOTUS, Supreme Court of the United States. To the Honorable
right.
John Roberts.
Yep.
Don't be starting out cussing.
No.
Let's make it nice and
Be respectful.
yeah,
Nice and
respectful.
respectful. To the
Tell
point.
them your concerns about the integrity of the court, the ethics of
My
the court,
concern is your court is illegitimate.
illegitimate, and you need to
That's
clean
all you
house.
really got to say.
All right, that's what we're gonna do. So anybody that if you haven't did Bernadette, could you put that in the chat already or?
I could.
All right, Bernadette's going to put that in the chat for anybody that wants to copy it down. I'm going to get me some letter. I'm going to do a letter. Because I am concerned, and we all should be concerned.
I'm wondering why the IRS hasn't picked up on that $600,000
Yeah,
dollar deal that
Jenny made.
yeah.
His wife. Yeah,
I
because
mean
he
we're
claimed
all
zero.
we're all liable. You know, we're all the same in the eyes of
Who?
normal law.
Yeah, normal law. See, there's the
There
thing.
should be nobody is above the law, but
Well, that's what we're
Good.
trying to prove, isn't it? That nobody's above the law. That's what this whole thing about Donnie is. Because
Yes.
we all know he broke the law. We all witnessed the laws that he broke. So we're waiting to see, is there justice in this country for everybody? You know, I'm waiting, baby. I'm waiting.
Yeah, we're all waiting, John.
We are.
And
We are.
and
Because that's what's been sold to us all our life.
Oh yeah.
That nobody is above the law. America, freedom and justice for all. All right. Just stand
I
by
used
the
to say
virtues
that
that
for
we were
years,
taught
John.
as kids. Huh?
I used to say that for years with liberty and justice for all, and then I look at myself and think, well, how come they haven't accepted gay people
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah, you can ask
Hmm.
yourself that.
Yep.
Yeah. It hasn't rang true for everybody.
No, it hasn't.
No. And many people have died to defend that. And
That's
I
right.
guarantee you there was gay people in the military who died.
Yes,
You
there were
bet.
gay people in the military. There were drag queens in the military.
Yeah.
You know, this is not anything new to culture itself.
No.
You know, gay has been back as far back as the Garden of Eden. Yay.
So, John, I'd like to know, is Ron DeSantis, does he think he's going to eliminate all drag queens now, or what?
Now down in Florida, they are trying. I read this earlier, a little bit of it. that if you dress in drag in public, you could be arrested for that because you could be harming a child. Uh, I'm trying to remember everything because this was one of the subjects on Tim's show today, and it narrows down to where they passed a law where they could basically arrest your ass, put you in prison. As a matter of fact, they implement the death penalty uh, for uh, for that crime, and it only takes 8 on a 12-person jury to convict and get you sent to the. So what are they saying?
Really? For drag queens? They want
Yes,
to
yes, yeah. Check it out.
Wow.
Somebody check it out because I'm just remembering what we talked about on the show today.
But
Maybe
that wouldn't that cause a dilemma because you have to be judged by 12 of your peers, and if they put 8 Christians, hardcore Christians, that's not their peer.
Yeah, well, you're not getting that. you're getting 12 citizens. You know, yeah. Chances are, somebody on the court could be gay. Somebody, it's
Well, what about what about the Supreme
it's
Court or any other justices that wear those flowing robes? Can we consider that drag too? I mean, think about it.
anybody not in the
Yeah.
clothes of the sex assigned to you at birth. Anything outside of that norm would it has the possibility of getting you arrested.
You know, these Republicans are going a bit far
They
with
are.
their
Yeah. Just a bit.
yeah, and they'll get away with it as long as we do nothing.
Mhm.
That's
Okay,
right.
because I've said this before, they don't care whether the law is constitutional or not. That's not the object of the game. Object of the game is get the law in the books.
And
That way, it's effective, and it becomes this big battle, which they know is going to take a long time. Doesn't matter if they win or lose. The point is that the law is on the books, and you take it to the courts, and it becomes a battle. But it's effective in the meantime.
it all starts.
It also keeps us busy putting out fires
Yeah.
rather than doing stuff we want to do.
Busy being distracted. I wouldn't
That too.
necessarily say putting out fires. Just being distracted.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't that their game?
Oh yeah,
That is their whole game. Just distract.
their whole
Mhm.
game.
And I have yet to see them. Well, I don't know. Didn't they say the Republicans came up with a plan about lifting the debt ceiling, but with conditions?
Of course. Condition.
Yeah.
You see
So-
McCartney's smile on his face because he thinks he's got something.
McCarthy ain't got shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
But he
That's it.
thinks he does.
Yeah, well,
He's
that's
using
it.
They all
using
think
the
they
death.
do until they
Yeah.
don't.
He's trying to hold out on this
Yeah.
Every day, McCarthy
Budget
has to
deal.
go in there and say, "I hope there's one Republican that don't want to vote me out of office."
That and all
Every
it takes
day.
is one.
It's
All
just
it
one.
takes is one. He's talk about somebody who's juggling constantly. Yeah, he's trying to pass the budget deal, not the budget deal. Oh God damn it.
debt ceiling.
The debt ceiling, increase the debt ceiling. He's trying to hold it hostage and saying that we need to make major cuts. We don't need to make major cuts in shit. This is money they spent. Congress spent this money.
Yep.
So we're trying to increase the credit limit to pay for what we bought. And Kevin McCarthy
Well,
and
he's
others,
trying to.
they're just
Well, it's really to pay for the tax cuts they gave to the rich. That's
exactly what
Yeah.
they're doing. That's
And if they
exactly
wanna
what they're
do-
doing.
yeah. And if they want to do that, they can take a pay cut, they can take benefit cuts, and they can take
For them.
retirement cut for them,
For them.
and let them pay that.
And don't forget to cut
still
their
wouldn't be enough.
medical.
Yeah, that's
Every little
exactly
bit
what's
counts.
going on. They don't have a plan, though.
No.
McCarthy keeps
No.
demanding that Joe Biden come to the table. The Republicans don't have a freaking plan. Nothing.
Nope.
Their
Never
only
did.
their only plan is to just keep getting reelected and waiting for the people with the big money to tell them what they want.
That's about it.
Mhm.
They don't have anything on any issue that they're pushing.
Nope.
They don't have any legislation they're trying to push. They just Jim Jordan's up there with his little clown show up in New York, on the road just trying to make noise in a case that, hey, has nothing to do with uh, the abortion issue. Everything it's just all a clown show, and just to keep hollering until 24 gets here.
Because they want to
Well,
elect a criminal again.
They want him back, I
Mhm.
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
They're
how many more
trying.
children? How many more children are going to die? I mean, this past week, so many.
oh, on gun
They don't
violence
care about
alone.
children.
Another
Yes,
They
shooting
don't care
in
about
Texas
children.
yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
there was a shooting
There's a shooting
across.
every damn day.
Mhm. Yeah, across the street from our house, and there were two preachers that were having a confrontation. One
Joe,
pulls out a
me and
gun.
Joe talked
Right.
about this on the phone.
Oh,
This is
Mhm.
right down the damn street from where Joe lives.
Mm-hmm.
And a preacher. Two preachers pulling out guns. What is that love thy neighbor shit? Maybe not so much.
mm,
Well, instead of calling down fire from heaven, they're calling out bullets instead.
Yeah, one shot. He shot one in the air and one in the ground. Now the one that went up in the air, what if it killed somebody 2 or 3
yes.
blocks away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bullet's
Oh,
going to come
yeah.
down somewhere.
And guess who's going to be at the city hall meeting tomorrow afternoon?
I would
And I have
assume that would be you, Joe.
yes, right.
Good for you. Good for you.
And I'm gonna jump, holler, and scream as if I was a Republican. I'm gonna raise hell because I believe
You do.
both of them guys should be completely. Their churches should be shut down, taken away.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they have no right.
Sounds
to
like
be
you're
there.
dangerous leaders.
It doesn't
Yeah.
sound like any preacher I know.
You know.
But then we've seen some preachers.
Well,
Oh yeah.
You know,
maybe the
but,
preachers are starting to evolve.
but they had to
into
put the
something
school
different.
in lockdown because of this shit.
Yes.
So there were people at the school that were frightened. They heard gunshots. The school's not that far away. Anywhere you're at
No.
in Mathis, the school is not that
It's-
far away.
No, and
Uh,
and I understand. That's one of the things I'm trying to find out is how long did it take the city police to go 2 blocks?
Yeah.
My understanding, it was 18 minutes.
The police station, 18 minutes. The police
What?
station's right there. You can go
It's
look. You can
2
go
blocks
school,
away.
police station, school,
It took-
police station. It's
It would
right
take
there.
this old man. Yeah, it would have taken this old man
You could
less
walk.
time to run down there, and I can't run.
I'm telling
So,
you,
and I was on my way to Corpus, and my daughter
I would-
called me.
I would
My
imagine
daughter
you got
works
worried.
across the street. Oh yes, my daughter works across the street at the school. And she called me and she says everything's okay, Dad. Everything's okay because she knows that I will go. And cops or no cops, that guy's going down. I don't use a gun. I just don't believe in shooting somebody unless they're shooting at
Yeah,
people.
I think all of us feel that way. We don't
but
wanna-
my body, I'll give my life.
Somebody
for
was
those
going to
kids.
get an ass whooping. Is that what you're saying, Joe?
Absolutely.
When you find out it's two preachers,
I have
really?
a feeling he can
Hey,
do it.
what are
too.
you even doing with that gun? What you know?
That's no one, and there's people that live along that street, and no one, no good guy with a gun showed up.
Well, those were the good guys with the guns. Like I said, what could possibly go wrong?
They were probably at
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, most people who actually, in fact, John, do you know what the Rafa House is?
Vaguely.
It is a so-called church and halfway house
That's what I thought it was. A
for
halfway house.
for criminals, and one of those so-called preachers was
The head of
represented the Rafa House, and the other one
What
is,
a role
is
model. Huh?
and the guy that pulled out the gun was the other guy, not the Rafa House guy, but the Rafa House guy was the one that went straight up to that preacher and
And then
understood he cursed at him and all kinds of stuff. I'm not afraid to die, but there's no excuse. Violence by the school, and that's an example that they're setting for our children.
for a small town like Mathis,
Hmm.
you know that.
So
it-
I'm
it
gonna be
is.
there.
gun violence. I don't think there's any place in this nation that it hasn't reached. And
No, it
how do we
hasn't.
know it? That situation right there. How do you know that couldn't explode into something else?
Well, it could have
It could
if
have.
a child had been hurt.
You know,
There was parents there delivering their children and grandparents, because I know one lady that she's a grandparent and she was delivering her child. They took their children home.
yeah. Let the sun
So
shine through says, what about the pardon Abbott wants for Daniel Perry and the murder of Air Force veteran and peaceful protester Garrett Foster in 2020? Yep. We're
and
still waiting to see.
that's another thing that we need to take care of. We need to gather the troops and vote this guy out next time he comes up for election.
Indeed. Indeed. 24
I
is
mean,
going to be a that's when Abbott comes up again. I
hmm
believe. I think Abbott's going to be on the ticket, if I'm not mistaken. Ted Cruz, I think, will be on the ticket. Uh,
Oh, that's two. Corden.
yeah, I think. If I'm not mistaken, Ted Cruz came in when Donnie got elected the first time. Is when Ted Cruz came in, and
John,
that would be 6 years. So he would.
it bears repeating that Abbott doesn't have the power to just out and out pardon this guy.
No,
He has to go through the parole board,
he has to go
and
through
this
And
guy
state
hadn't even
pardons.
been sentenced yet. And he has to get a recommendation from the parole board in order to grant him clemency. Okay.
that's
And
why
I
there's
think
an
that
extra
board.
case of lip balm going to Abbott so he can go kiss butt and try to get his way.
But right now, I think with the atmosphere the way it is, with the knowledge that people have, especially here in Texas, because it's been in the news about this guy's ramblings about how he wants to go shoot protesters, and then he goes and shoots a protester.
Right.
He's a bigoted asshole.
Yeah, who's he going to shoot next time when he
Yeah.
decides to shoot?
Yeah, because if you let him go, if you part, he Abbott wants Kyle Rittenhouse for Texas. That's all it is. He wants a
Mhm.
hero he can point to and say, this guy stood his ground. No, he didn't. He committed
Second
murder.
Amendment. Second Amendment.
Yeah, Second Amendment. Look here, you got to keep the gun because hey, could be approached any day. Yeah, by guys like him.
But it's good that Abbott just doesn't have the authority to grant this on his own
yeah.
accord.
Oh, if he did,
That's
it would already been done
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
because
preemptive
it's
ass
just,
holiness.
yes, it's
Yeah,
just
well,
a show for the rest of
haven't
the
we
country.
seen that playbook before?
Yes, we have.
Didn't we
Uh-huh.
see that?
Yes, smart ass
So,
guy. He's up for
Abbott's
re-election.
just trying to be a puppet, which is what he is. And hey, write to the parole board and tell them no.
Yeah.
You know,
People
you know
just
who
have
I
a
would
We
right
haven't
to
like
do
heard
to
that.
from
see?
the parole board, and I think the reason we haven't is because all the details that have come out since that trial.
Exactly.
And now the
Exactly.
parole
Well,
board's
if
sitting
people
back
of
there
Texas
thinking,
don't stand
well,
up and say something, then they're going to get away with it.
Yeah. if you're going to pardon
And you-
somebody, you should at least check their background and make sure they're a Boy Scout.
And you know who I would appreciate to come out and speak?
Who?
That would be oh Lord, Squirrel. Oh Lord, Beto O'Rourke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
I'm hoping he comes out and he speaks up and he's keeps his name in the news to get people
He's
to
always
know
in the
him.
background.
Yes.
He's never given
Yes.
up. He made a good congressman, great congressman. But yeah, he got beat when he went for Ted Cruz,
Mhm.
and that just again, it came within a real close margin in a gerrymandered red state. So yeah, I hope he does not
Absolutely.
give up. I hope he comes back.
I hope he comes out and tries for governor. I really do.
I love his energy. Every time I've been to see him, and I've been to see him several times, I walk away feeling good.
That's right.
And
Every
because
time
he
I hear
talks
him.
to everybybody. He's not just talking to Democrats. He's
Oh,
talking
no.
to people.
He'll talk to the Reds.
Yes.
He'll talk to the red side
Yes.
and
Yeah.
try to get
Yeah.
across to
You
them
think you're
what
going to
he
walk
means.
into one of his rallies and challenge him, some Republican? Yeah, go ahead, try. I want to watch this duel because he'll
They'll lose.
yes, they'll lose the debate. But yeah, I don't know about governorship, if he's going to run for governor or if he's going to try to beat Ted Cruz. I would rather see him as a senator, but he could do well against Abbott, I think. I think the people
Well,
of Texas are about tired of being embarrassed by this guy.
it don't never mind to me what he runs for, as long as he gets in.
Yeah.
Because it's a positive note every time, you know, a person of that stature, someone who is so intelligent and
He's intelligent.
likable.
He's
I mean,
compassionate.
Lord,
He's got great
yes,
ideas. You know, he's what this country needs a lot more of. You know,
absolutely,
every state needs a better work. You know, and I'm sure they're out there. You know,
absolutely.
pillow guy got snuffed with his own pillow. In the chat. Uh-oh. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, and I shouldn't. NBC News just said that we will probably be helping other countries evacuate other countries out of Sudan. Lady Freedom Rocks, how are you, dear? Who said something about Better Work? Better Work has been able to switch quite a few maggots. Yes, James Price. Better Work has been able to switch quite a few maggots over to our side. They, when they actually hear him, yes, he's flipped a lot of Republicans
Yes,
into voting for him, because he doesn't come out, you know, he doesn't scream, I'm a Democrat. He talks about good ideas, which happen to be Democratic ideas, but they're good ideas. And he is just one that can bring people together. And, you know, we've been disappointed twice, but I hope I hope he comes back. I hope he throws his hat in
third
the ring
time,
one more time.
third time, he's
Third
got my
time's a
support.
charm.
Third
Isn't that
time,
what they say?
that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't, you know, and I don't think he's the kind to give up. He's just got too much fire in him, and he's still young. You know,
Oh yeah,
I think he'd be ideal, John.
I do too. Whether it be senator or governor, I'd take him in either position.
Mm-hmm.
But,
now as for Sudan, Lord, things just
things
caught
went to
fire
shit
there.
there. Got two generals fighting each other. You know,
And they were on the same side, were they not?
they were before. They were before this. All of a sudden, one went, "Oh no, we ain't doing that." I can't remember their names right now. But yeah, that's what this is. It's going to turn into a civil war within Sudan. But there are a lot of, you know, I understand we evacuated our diplomats out, and I believe other countries are doing the same thing. It's going to hell in a handbasket quick.
Yeah.
So
But there's at least 16,000 Americans in there, they said.
yeah,
So,
a lot of them, they're not. You know, the government isn't coming in to evacuate civilians right now. It hasn't gotten to that point, I guess, but they
no.
evacuated diplomats. The all government employees are out.
I don't even know if they'll evacuate civilians. They said that the way the spokesman was saying for Biden, that for 2 years they were warned not to go to Sudan.
It's not a, you know,
So,
it's and you know what surprised me, you know what, oh, the name of the city, Kabuta? No,
that sounds right.
silence. Well, I'm good to know nobody else remembers either. Good.
I have
No,
no
no, no.
idea.
I have
I'm
no
Okay.
idea.
Sorry.
something
It's a
else.
weird name. It's a weird name.
I haven't been following that.
Yeah, it's a really major city when you look at it. When they show the pictures, you know, high-rise buildings all over the place and everything. It looks like a modern city, and except for all those explosions going out all over the place,
Yeah.
you know, it's so yeah.
You have warring generals over there, you know, deciding that, you know, people have been
Djibouti,
told to shelter in place. Um, and it's a shame what's going on over there.
it's a shame wherever you have war going on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still getting a chuckle though about Russia bombing their own city. So,
Oh, really?
Oops.
you didn't hear that?
Russia.
I didn't hear that
Yes.
one either.
No.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
a Russian jet bomber being flown by a pilot, not somebody, not a drone or anything. This is a pilot.
Yeah.
He dropped his bomb on Belgrade, which is a Russian
What?
city just near the border of Ukraine. You know, from
That's a
the sky,
big oops.
it's a big city. That must be it. Just go ahead, drop the bomb. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, they and
Gee,
the Russians have owned up to it. I mean, it's not like
I,
oh, it was a
Did he just keep flying? Just
I was
one.
you
just
know.
gonna say, I won't want to go back to
I would
Moscow
have kept
after
on
that one.
flying and let them shoot my ass down. I'm telling you, you know. Oh, comrade, you're in bad shit. Let the Sunshine Through came in with a $5 donation. Thank you so much. Let the Sunshine Through. We appreciate it tremendously. Thank you so much. Yeah, dropped the bomb on the wrong place.
Mm,
Oops. That's a
What
big
what
oops.
what happened to what happened to all that technology?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the video, there's video of it, and it shows the explosion in this car. You see this car go up in the air, and then you see it come down on top of a building. Headlights still running and everything. You can see it as it falls. It's like, damn. Luckily, nobody killed. I believe 2 women were injured real bad, but yeah, not
It's almost
good
like
on
a
that.
hurricane.
Not good on that pilot's record. You know.
That shows you how good the modern technology is, John.
Yeah, it lets them know that they're not up to speed on the systems they do have. You know,
Yep.
Or
it's
maybe they just don't have any seasoned
I
pilots.
don't think Russia is near as powerful as what now. I caveat that with the knowledge of the one most powerful weapon nations do have, and that is nuclear submarines. They have those, which makes them a power to be reckoned with. But as far as their army goes, I think this war in Ukraine has demonstrated that they're not who they. You know, if it wasn't for the Wagner Group, which is a mercenary group, uh,
That's
that
what I
that
was going to
yeah,
refer to. If you have to have mercenaries, that means that your army is not up to snuff.
or you're out to make money. And I say that because we used them. What did we call them? They weren't mercenaries. We had a name for them. Company.
Backwater.
Yeah, Blackwater. That's what it was. Thank you, Bernadette. Yes, yes, good old American company, Blackwater. Mercenaries, baby. We used them while our troops got paid not near the money for doing the same job. Yeah. Again, that contractor war that we had, that Dick Cheney and W. Bush
Well, that
orchestrated.
was a Republican deal,
Yes, it was, baby. Yes, it was.
and that was so
Up
that they
until
could.
Trump, that was my biggest gripe
Yeah,
about
So, so
Republicans
were
was
the
that
so were the
war.
mercenaries that went in under Reagan in the Iran Contra affair.
Iran Contra.
Yeah.
hmm In other words,
Republicans.
there were paid assassins to do the
The,
bidding
the,
of the
the Republican
Republicans
Party's
who
always in
hired
it for
them.
the money one way or the other.
hmm
From one angle or another angle or 1 degree, whatever. They're in it for the money. They're
Gee,
always
John.
seeing how much money they're going to be able to make off of shit.
Gee, John. And here I thought for sure they were doing it for full patriotism.
Oh, yeah, patriotism. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, money had
Yeah,
nothing to do with
that's
it.
what it is.
Yeah,
No, that's just how they get people to fight for them.
yeah, they sell
Yeah.
patriotism to get people to enlist, fight for them.
Yep.
Yeah, but
If you got a standing army, you can have a war, and if you have a war, you can make
lots of
money.
money, lots of money. If they,
Well, that's only if you buy stock in military type deals beforehand, and that's
What?
where I think that
What? Who would know? Who would know to do that? I mean,
who would have the for
Yeah,
you
who would
know
have that
to
knowledge
invest
to
in just the right
even?
companies? Yeah,
right?
Well,
And make
John, that's
money on
just like in the Civil War.
beforehand.
In the Civil War, if a person had lots of money and they didn't want to serve in the Civil War, they got a substitute. That's how it works.
oh, if you were rich enough, you could pay somebody to go
That would
for your
take their
service.
place.
Yeah, that's basically what
Exactly.
Donnie Trump did.
yeah, oh yeah,
Except
Well,
he just said,
yeah.
"I got bone spurs and I can't go. Let somebody else go." And somebody else did
Yeah,
go.
he perfected it, John. He perfected it.
Well, and pretty
Mm.
much the NRA only exists to keep people stirred up about the Second Amendment so that that stays out there so that the arms people can actually sell more
More
guns
weapons, more
to the
weapons.
general public.
There you go. It's a never-ending crisis in the
Loopity
push to
loopity
sell more and more
lulu.
weapons in this country, and it's working.
It's
It
working.
works because
Yeah.
every
you
day
know
you see mass shootings and somebody going, "Oh man, I got to get a gun because this getting and that's the way we just keep
There you
rolling.
go. It's getting crazy. Gotta
It
go
is.
get myself a gun.
Yeah, I got to get a gun.
Yeah,
Protect
well, when
myself
your
from all crazy
politician
people with
is
guns.
when
You
your
know,
politician
here.
is bought, then it becomes easy to pass these rules and regulations that don't apply to them. And there's an act on the book right now. I keep saying it needs to be repealed. It gives the gun manufacturers and ammo manufacturers complete autonomy as far as selling a product that actually does damage
Yeah.
to the
Mhm.
public.
Yeah, if the
Mhm.
car, if car company
And
sells
they're
a bad
immune from
car,
it.
it's getting recalled.
Not
Gotta
held
fix that
liable
car.
for anything.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, John.
Yes.
You know, here in Mathis, there is a place. If you want an AR-15, there is a place you can get one. And if you go up there and spend $20 on a ticket, you might get one for free.
You might
You know
win
what?
one.
There's one of those kind
Oh,
of contests in every state of
Every-
the union.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's usually held somewhere. Let's
and
see,
it's
who
always
does
an
it here?
AR-15.
Yes.
It's always
yes.
an AR style weapon.
The past
'Cause
3 months,
that's
they've
the-
been giving away
yeah.
those.
It's usually by some hunting group, but yet, but yet they want to
But
give
yeah.
away.
I don't know
Tickets.
too
Yeah.
many people that hunt with an AR-15.
Exactly.
I don't know anybody hunts with AR-15.
No. In fact,
Be the last weapon of choice for hunting.
I mean, I think the best equipment is yet to come. I mean, they're going to start giving away bazookas just to go deer
Well,
hunting.
Did you? Who was it? Klepper.
Wouldn't
The
surprise
guy.
me.
I think he's on the Daily Show. Guy that goes to all the Trump rallies. Asks Trump.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yep.
I seen a clip of him asking people. I think it was him anyway. About
I
the
think so,
Second
too.
Amendment and where's the limit? The gun, yeah, AR-15, okay, yeah. Well, what about a machine gun? Well, yeah, I think that, all the way up to bazookas and tanks, and these people are saying, yeah, I think you should have a right. I mean, a bazooka,
Yeah.
it's not much big,
We'll just
I
run
agree
a
with you,
tank
Wong.
down the road and destroy the road. It's no
Yeah.
big deal.
What the fuck? But yeah, there's people out here that do in our
Mhm.
country that think, yeah, a bazooka, a tank, they want it all. Maybe if they could have
Up there-
anti-aircraft, they'd
Well,
do
hell.
that too.
Right there in the old
Hell, if they
stomping
use the-
grounds, John.
What's that?
There's
This
a
is
place
this
out
is
there.
nothing new. Just recently I rewatched Bowling for Columbine because it was like the 20th anniversary of the movie or something like that.
Right.
Michael Moore won an Academy Award for it,
Yes.
and so he released it over the weekend. That weekend that it was the anniversary of this movie. That movie opens up with him going to a bank in Colorado, not too far from where the school was, and opening up a bank account and receiving a free gun
Yes.
from the bank,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
of all places. And the woman inside the bank was actually telling him as he's filling out the paperwork, we got 500 guns in the vault right now.
Come on down and sign up.
And
Yeah.
you would think, of all places to get a free gun would not
A
be a
bank?
bank.
Right. One would hope there was no ammunition anywhere near the 500
They
gun.
weren't selling
I'm
ammunition,
sure it
but
was
they were
outside
giving
the
away free
truck, just
guns.
waiting.
But hell, he went down to the barber shop and got a haircut and bought ammunition.
That's the world we live in. That is, and
Hey,
it
next
is.
thing you
It's
know-
turned into a
next-
sickness.
Next thing you know, John, they'll have it on the Price is Right. You can bid on it.
As a prize. Won't have to bid on it, just be a
Yeah.
prize.
Hell,
What does he
And-
win?
and- and-
Well,
Down.
in Tennessee, you could commit murder and they'll just, put it up for auction. The state will
that's
just confiscate
disgusting.
the gun and
Oh,
put
yeah.
it up for
That-
auction.
you
They'll
know,
take
that is
that gun and sell it at auction so it can kill somebody else.
And the selling point will be it was only used one time.
Only used once. Very few rounds put through it. Yeah. Again, that just gets me harking on the same thing. The
Disgusting.
one thing that I know we can do.
You finally get a murdering gun off the street and you turn around and sell it for public auction.
Because, it's just a gun. What could a gun do?
I mean, the gun didn't do the
it
dirty
wasn't a
deed. It was
gun.
the
Shoot a
gun.
brand new cop who's
Oh,
been on the
it's
job
everything
for less than
comes
2 weeks in the head and ruin his whole fucking life.
I'm on this.
That's what a
in my
gun can
head.
do.
I'm on this buyback thing in my head because I've read stories in other countries that did it. We don't have to pass a law. We don't have to do shit. We can't force you to sell your gun. But if we had a gun buyback program, just the amount of guns it would get out of the system,
Well, that's
out,
dependent on how willing those people are willing to give up their AR. You know, most people,
that's what I
I'm
said before.
thinking.
An AR, cost I think $1,200.
Hmm.
Well, we'll give you
I was
1,400
listening.
to chip this son of a bitch into pieces. How's that?
I was
I don't
listening
have a
to
problem.
the governor of Oregon, and forgive me because I cannot remember what her name was, but they passed a ban in Oregon as to not sell any more
Yes.
assault rifles. Now, they're not trying to confiscate anybody who already has one. They will be grandfathered in. They're just not going to allow the sale of any more
Or import.
in their state.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can't bring it anymore. And that just
Legal.
And
passed. That
There,
just
there are
passed.
things that we could do, guys.
Yeah.
There are
yep,
things that we could do that would make a hell of a lot more sense than saying I care about children and not do nothing.
It would do a whole lot more than thoughts and prayers every time we turn
Fuck
around.
yeah.
oh yes,
Because that's all we
you
get.
know, if they can keep their guns, let's take away or tax their ability to buy ammo.
I think
Tax it
I
outrageously
think we ought
to
to
make
treat
it
it like
to
a freaking car. You got a gun, you got to have insurance for that gun. And if you're carrying a gun, well, you better carry that insurance card just like your car. Show the man your insurance. Ain't got it? Well, we got to confiscate your weapon, and you're
there you
gonna
go.
get a big fine for not having insurance.
There and
Make it
again,
expensive for them.
if ammunition costs an extraordinary amount of money, let's say I don't know, off the top of my head, $5,000 per bullet, you'd be less inclined to be firing
I
them
would hear
bullets now, wouldn't you?
a whole lot less shooting
Hmm.
around here if that was the case.
I
Uh-huh.
think it runs about what. Now this is an uneducated guess, but I would think it's around $2.75 to $4 a bullet nowadays.
I haven't bought any
Oh.
in a long time.
And you could probably make your own for cheaper than that.
Yeah.
And back in the day when my dad and I were building houses, we built a house for a guy that had an armory. He had the armory built into his
Mm-hmm.
house, and he would reload his own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know.
And
those
that house
people
blew
down
up.
here there
Uh-huh.
you
And
go.
that
Improper
house blew up.
storage.
And I
He
drove
had
by a house that was on fire once, and the fire department said, "Yeah, no, we're not going in there," because they reload their own shells
Yeah.
in there, and they
Mhm.
weren't about. They let that house burn to the ground.
Absolutely.
watched
That's what happened to that house.
You can't blame the firemen for not wanting
No.
to go into an area that has that much
No.
gunpowder laying around. No, thank you. Let's
Randy
wait till after it
Peterson.
explodes.
Randy Peterson says it's $110 for 120 rounds of 223,
223.
223.
Yeah,
That's the caliber. That's what.
and those
That's
are the
what
shells that they
a lot
use
of
in
AR-15s
the
are
AR.
223,
Yeah.
So a little more than a buck a round.
which is a very prominent deer rifle here in Texas.
Let's
Caliber.
say they were only $1,000 a round. You're less likely to fire those bullets now,
Well,
aren't you?
that's what I'm
And just
thinking.
go out.
The
Yeah.
higher the
Yeah.
cost of the bullet, the whole lot less shooting out. And there's not a day around here,
Thank you.
morning or evening, that I don't hear gunfire around this place. I live way
I-
out in the
I've heard
country.
some
There's
since
somebody
we've
around
been
here
on,
shooting
John.
something. Huh?
I heard it in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Somebody's out there shooting.
Always out there shooting something. They got lots of ammo, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them, I assume, are AR-15s or
Yeah.
similar.
Well,
'Cause it's pretty rapid
I-
fire.
Yeah, I happen to own a 30-30, and I've only shot 3 rounds out of it since I bought it.
I
And that
love
was
30-30.
to set the scope.
So that's a good weapon to have.
What I do use
A brush
to
gun.
daily practice, what I do use for daily practice is a high powered BB gun that I use to practice and hone my skills.
There you go. There you go.
And that's why I say, you can practice all you want. Just get yourself a high powered BB gun, and
You can practice all day
you-
long.
practice all day long. No harm, no foul.
But it doesn't
like,
make that satisfying
Gary Atkins
noise.
says he saw a box of 1,000 rounds for $390. Yeah,
Oh, on sale.
let's raise the price some more. It's not enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's make you think about
Let them
every
let them
round
make their
you
money.
fire off.
Let them make their money. If they're
Yeah,
not going to be held
it'd be
liable
great for
for it, let
business.
it be so
Yeah.
outrageous that they can't shoot those
They would be
bullets.
helping the gun industry, supporting the gun
Inci-
industry by
yeah.
Absolutely.
buying more
And,
bullets.
and and you know, incidentally, what is the state tax for gasoline per gallon, which is,
I don't
I
know.
believe, about
A
30
bunch
cents of what you're paying for.
is a tax.
Depends on where you live. It's more in
Mm-hmm.
some places.
Absolutely, but it's
Hmm.
about 30 cents a gallon. So, what was that right now, John? What is it, about three
320.
27?
Yeah, about
Shut up, Joe.
325, something like that.
Yeah.
So you're actually paying a little over. If you're paying 30 cents, that'd be 2.98, 2.99 for 0.9
Yeah,
is
be a
what
lot
the
cheaper.
actual gas price should be.
Look, when I go to the gas station, I need Vaseline, okay? Because it
Yeah,
just fucking hurts. It's still real
I
close
can
to
only
six
imagine
dollars
because
a
yeah,
gallon around
we
here, okay?
we normally
Yeah.
are
You,
lower
you,
than most
Five seventy
places.
nine.
How much?
Five
Well,
seventy
you
nine.
know,
579.
right
I ain't
Yes.
going out of the
So
driveway at that price. Fuck that
around
shit.
here
I ain't
now,
driving.
I don't go
Saddle up,
nowhere
Jenny. Let's
much.
go.
I
well,
don't go nowhere much, okay?
Damn.
some of the prices around here now, the stations are up to like 369 or 364, something like that. Now some of them are going down to 349. And today I heard on TV when now the gas prices are going up again. Which is it? You know?
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, they'll be going up because OPEC decided it was going to halt some production in May.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
To drive
Yeah.
the price up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And how much in profits the oil
And
companies make?
ours never went down.
Right.
579, you
That I
guys.
can't believe that.
Come on.
I know.
Part
I
of that's
can't.
where you live.
Yeah, I guess there's a trade-off there. I'd like to live where
Yes.
you
Well,
live,
Nice
but
place for
man,
a walk, a roller skate, a
if I moved there, I
bicycle,
would never be able to leave the house.
skateboard, a red
Well,
wagon.
I
Shit,
pa-
you
well,
trying to go
I
nowhere.
passed the gas station today, and
I
it's
got a brand new
349.
pair of roller skates.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yes.
It's great going
Yes.
downhill,
Gas
but
station
home
today.
is high on the hill. You're gonna have a hard time with them roller
well,
skates.
that reminded me.
Well, I
Ah,
passed
brand new pair of roller
I,
skates. You
I
got a
passed the
brand new
gas
key.
station 349,
Exactly.
and I came closer up to where I live, and it's like 350 or something. So it's strange. Each gas, I don't know if they're in the middle of a price raise or price lowering because it was high, now it's going low. So I guess in May it'll go back up again.
I think we're at 320. It
Yeah.
kills you because you look across the street from the gas station and across the highway, across 37 comes into town. You can stop at a Valero station on one side of the street and buy gas and look across the street over there, and there's tanks and tanks and tanks full of gas. Some big refineries over there refining it all over the shit. They don't even need a truck, you know. They just need a little pipe that
Hmm.
runs over the gas station and thing all the time.
Yeah, that's up there by darn it, up no not upriver, but
Yeah, up River Road. I
oh
think they built that new
yeah
Valero up there. I think there. Yeah, there's
yeah
refineries when
yeah
you pull into Corpus, especially at night. If you pulled
oh
into Corpus coming in from San Antonio at night, you'd look up ahead and think, "Oh my God, look at this gorgeous city! Look at all the
all
lights!"
the
Until you
lights.
got close. Yeah, that's all refineries, baby. Uh,
Or when they're blowing that flare, you can
yeah.
see that for miles and miles.
Hey, Joe. I swear,
Yes,
I
I
want
like
to.
it.
I told my kid you ought to put that on Facebook. The other night, mind you, I'm in bed. I don't know anything about this, but I saw the videotape the next morning when Travis is outside with his phone, and there were some, I mean, some serious no noises I could not recognize. I mean, this was a weird noise, and I mean loud as shit. And
Kind of like brrrr.
yeah, but not like a drone. It
No,
was
no, no.
yeah.
More of a humming.
I'm gonna let
Murder.
Travis.
John, I think they had that. They had that on the news not too long ago. I don't
For
know
the
if
first time, I
I
was thinking, I can't recognize it. I've been around jet engines all my life. This is as loud as a jet engine, but does not sound like any jet engine I've ever heard. And it came in close to the house, and then went off. You could hear it fade, and then just all of a sudden just come back. I don't know what the hell it is. Travis has got it on his phone. The part I like about it is
Yeah.
near the end
Probably is a drone.
when Travis says on the phone to I guess he's talking to Rose. Here, hold this. I got to go put pants on. That's the end of the video. Hold this. I got to go put pants on. So anyway, maybe I'll post it up
Well,
on
I,
Facebook
I,
or something. I think it's neat.
I heard something about that, John. I'm pretty sure it was on the news, and they didn't even know what the noise was.
Well, they
But
had a
I don't know
story
if that
earlier.
was
There's like
2 weeks ago.
600 and something open cases of UFOs right now.
Well,
Yeah,
I
they
tend
seem to
to,
have an explanation for him too.
you know, there's a helipad close to, I'd say about what, an eighth of a mile from the house,
From
and
your
that's
house?
where the, yes,
Yeah.
that's where the what do they call it?
The
Emergency
light flight?
services land.
Yeah.
Yeah, the life flight, and I hear them constantly.
They,
I
that's
hear
not
them
good.
constantly.
Well, they actually had a chunk of meteor come down Friday, I think it was, and it
but
did a
James,
sonic boom noise. And I'm trying
really,
to remember if it was Pennsylvania, Ohio, or Illinois. It was somewhere
I'll tell Travis to
through there.
post that in the Blue Room and put it on my Facebook.
Mm,
Because I've never
yeah.
heard a noise like this, and
Yeah,
it does.
that,
Because I'm very skeptic when it comes. Because Travis is always like, "Hey, what is this? This is weird. This is strange." For the first time, I went, "Damn, what is that?" And so I didn't recognize it, but I thought maybe it was one of the refineries flaring. You've heard that, Joe, all the way up Mathis, haven't you?
I've I've heard it all the way
If
to
they have to
Matheson,
flare one of those refineries, if something goes bad, something wrong, and they
Mhm.
got to clear them lines, they will open those flares up like you wouldn't believe. It would be like daylight for
Oh,
50,
it'll be daylight all
25
the way
miles
down to
around.
Matheson.
It'll be
Hmm.
like daylight. That
So you
fire will
get
be so
sunburn.
big.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, not a
Well,
good. You
you
don't
can
have to
feel.
get too close to roast a hot dog. I guarantee you that.
I used to haul out of one of those refineries, and they had a flare up while we were there. And I tell you what, you could feel the heat
Yeah, you could feel the
in
rumble.
the truck. Oh yeah,
It's
in the truck.
yeah.
Mm.
If anybody lives around refineries, you know what we're talking about. Yeah, it can make you very unnerving if you live anywhere near one and they have to flare off big time.
Mm. Oh yeah.
It'll make you
Look,
look up.
do you have a now? Does it smell a lot of petroleum around there too?
Not
uh,
not so much
not
unless
as
you
bad.
get down there by the refineries, then you'll smell it a
Hmm.
little bit. But
Now,
as a
if you
rule,
ever
no.
smelled, if you ever smelled rotten egg and you're by the refinery, you best.
Yeah,
Well,
keep
you're
moving.
probably already dead.
Yeah, it's not a good
'Cause
thing. Not a good
no,
thing. Uh,
no.
yeah, they've had several incidents here in Corpus Christi with refineries and stuff, fires and stuff. So yeah, we're much used to them. Everybody takes note of
Well,
them things.
what is it with the rotten eggs? Is it like a chemical poisoning or
It's
what?
it's a
What's
it's a
happening?
chemical. It's a chemical that will. I guess if you smell it, it just instantly kills you. You know, it's
It's
Smells like
methane,
suffocating.
not methane.
I can't remember what they called it.
Yeah, because it
It
doesn't
might
have
be
an
Many
odor,
years.
and they
methane.
put that in it so you can smell it.
Well, that's oh
Carbon monoxide?
no no
No, no.
No.
what do they
I didn't
call it?
know
And
we were having a
that's
test today. I would have studied.
I would have looked it up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a oh Lord, they put that in
There you go, Mr.
propane.
Chick. Look it up.
They put that in propane, butane, to to detect the
Yeah.
smell of it. But that's not what I was
Yeah.
talking about. The
Nitrous is the gas is odorless,
mm-hmm.
so
Oh,
they have to add
it's on
something
the
so
tip
you
of
know
my
it's
tongue.
there.
They add esters,
There you
stink
go.
bombs.
Hey, that water looks good. Give me a drink of that. Not good. Not good.
And I tell you
Anyway,
what,
what?
propane is so cold because I had a valve open up on me one time. It hit me in the stomach, and it's like instant freeze. It is so cold.
I don't mess with propane or propane accessories.
Well, I had to. I was my job.
That
I
was
was
your
driving.
yeah. You were driving big truckloads of it, Joe. I'm talking about a little
Oh,
tank for my barbecue.
oh yeah.
Hey, speaking of barbecue, Joe,
I don't smell any.
you're not cooking, buddy. Come on, man.
No, I haven't been cooking. I've got a job in July 28th. 7 briskets. Yum yum yum. So if you
Damn.
want to come and be my assistant
I'll
test
be
tester,
right there. I can turn it over and cut a piece off every time I do. Hey, let me
there
test
you
this.
go.
Got to test this. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming by tonight. It is the news will start picking up, I think, pretty soon. There's too many damn irons in the fire right now. Somebody's got to get branded. Anyway, I want to
I
thank.
got to get some of that oak from you.
Oh, I got. You, hey, you need any China berry? No. Nobody
Blueberry.
burns China berry. That's what fell across the yard.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
China
I
berry
thought it was
tree.
oak.
No. Oh, but I got plenty of it. Hey, Joe, I do.
Really?
Yeah, I do, because I got to cut this piece up. I had a tree in the backyard that it really kind of pisses me off. It's an oak tree, but it came out of the ground and then immediately took a bend in the whole tree, damn near a 90-degree from the ground, because it would run parallel to the ground until it finally just broke. And so I got a pretty good sized log out there.
Okay.
I
One
got
of
it
these
around
days
here.
I'll
Come
drop.
by, bring your truck. I'll load your ass up.
You bet you will. And I'll get my chainsaw, do a Paul Bunyan on it.
There you go. Chop it up, take it with you. Yeah,
That's right.
I got several around here. I was worried this whole time with the rain today that I was going to hear a crack.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
Hey, you know what? I just ordered a chainsaw today.
did you?
Yeah, I did.
You're going to cut that tree up yourself?
I'm gonna cut up everything, honey.
Seems like
it's a
power when you get
chainsaw
one in your hand. Just
for my
cut
size.
everything up.
No, it's a little tiny mini chainsaw that I could go after trimming up some bushes and
That
things
kids
like
fight
that.
over the
without
chainsaw
having-
because
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
whoever's
Yeah,
on the
dude,
chainsaw
I-
ain't really working. They're just cutting shit up. It's the
Yeah.
the other guy that's got to
Sounds like
drag all
Texas
that stuff out there and go stack it up and stuff. There's the work.
No, this
Yeah.
a little tiny mini chainsaw that
Well, if it's a mini,
Mimi can use.
Okay.
yeah, if it's a mini, we can use that to cut some pie.
Pie?
Yeah, I could do that. That'd be really good. For
Maybe
it.
some brisket.
Absolutely,
Maybe
There
some
you
brisket.
go.
absolutely.
All right. I want to thank
They call
everybody.
it steak knife, right?
Y'all are making me hungry now. Go out there and look at my I know I ain't going to
Okay.
find no brisket.
Have tools, we'll eat.
Yes. I have a
Right,
fork and a knife,
right.
Joe.
That's right.
And we'll travel too.
Man,
Yeah.
I am.
eat
We
with their
we
tools.
are looking forward to. Where's my button? Where's my button? There's a button. Oh, that's the send me a letter. I gotta hit that button too. Forgot to hit that button. Blue Dot in Texas, Post Office Box 260044, Corpus Christi, Texas 78426. My box was empty when I went there today. Don't bother. I won't hit the violin
Don't
button.
forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Indeed, and don't forget we are coming up rapidly on our Blue Dot Family Meetup in San Antonio, Texas, May 19th, 20th, and 21st. I'm looking forward to the run. Joe, are you going? Do we know?
Hey, I'm looking to see if I can get enough wood so I can cook at least one brisket to take over there.
At least one. At least
At
one. I'm
least.
looking forward to meeting Blue Dots. John and Carolyn are going to be there. I'm looking forward to
Oh,
meeting
yes.
them. They're just they're healthy people. Man.
I know. I can't
see
ride
what-
around
yeah.
the block. on
I
the
know it. They got the bicycles out. I think they did 8 miles today and walked 2 miles with the dog. Man,
Now,
I
you
need
know
to be
what?
more
We
like
need to go.
John.
None to keep up with them. We need to go, rent us a couple of hogs.
Carolyn says, "Oh, Joe, that sounds good." She's bringing a margarita mixer too. I mean, thing.
Woo.
Brisket and margarita. What could be better? All
What
we
could
need
be
is
better?
guacamole. Shit.
Come on.
I am looking forward to it. I really am. So if you're in the San Antonio area, May 19th, 20th, and 21st, look for us down on the Riverwalk. I'm going to be staying at the Courtyard Inn in downtown. So yeah, come look us up, baby, because we're going to be doing something. I guarantee you. Every time we do this is fun. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming by. Joe, thank you, buddy.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. Take
My
care
pleasure.
of yourself. Yeah, we'll get you some loaded up with some wood
You got it.
because I got to move that shit anyway.
You
So,
got it.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon then.
Alrighty.
All right. And Johnny Fly,
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming in, brother.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
pulling me in.
Take care of Pennsylvania for us.
I'm doing my best.
All right, brother. We know you are. and Miss Chick.
Yes, John.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate
You're
your
welcome.
book of knowledge that's up in your head all the time.
Well, and there's 64 people still watching, but there's only 63 likes.
We're short on the likes. I'm
One
showing
more
83
like
people still watching right now. So somebody's slacking off on the like thing, which is right down there. And if you don't hit it, what are you saying? What are you saying? That you didn't like? What's there not to like? Hit the like
Right.
button down
If
there.
you like us, subscribe.
That's right. Like, share, and subscribe to this shit. It's good for your health. And put a smile on somebody's face. Mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Anyway.
John's.
Anyway, thank you so much. And Bernadette,
Yeah.
always, baby, thank you so much. I hope Dominic's
Hey,
doing well. Everybody's doing well.
everybody's doing fine.
Good.
We got a big thing to do in this country, and the biggest thing is to get out there and put in a vote.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's for democracy.
The number one
We
thing
need-
to do.
And do your homework before you
Absolutely.
vote.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't go in there walking like, I don't know what to do. But if you do walk in there not knowing, just it's a Democrat. D. And you're a pretty
Yes.
safe vote right there. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe.
Be a participant in this shit because that's what it takes. And I think the youth of this nation is going to rise up and show the way. I really do. The Gen Zs
Yep,
and stuff.
I
me too.
do.
I do. I think they're going to
If
rise
they
up and
if
show
they
us.
keep pissing them off with not just abortion but everything about transgender, yeah,
Yes.
they're going to show up and
Yeah.
vote.
And don't think it's not being noticed that they're trying to take away their vote, their right to vote at the college.
Yeah.
You know, that's
That
going to
too.
remind a whole lot of them. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Anyway, we will be back here again Tuesday for another Blue Dot Family meeting. I want to thank everybody in that chat on YouTube, on Facebook that came in. There's the heart of the family right there. It beats every time. And y'all talk about all sorts of shit. Distracting as hell sometimes.
Yep.
I'm trying to stay in a conversation and somebody's over here saying something and I'm going, wait. Anyway, thank you all for everything that you do to keep this show alive. And we'll be back here again on Tuesday. In the meantime, put a smile on your face the best way you know how. Think of something, make you smile, and then pass that shit on. Y'all say goodnight to each other.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody, and we'll see
Night.
you back here on Tuesday, baby.